Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Wrestling Experience. Very special edition of the Wrestling Experience, and welcome to the streams. Welcome to the sports networks, all networks in between. It's good to be back with you all here today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about wrestling news, the news that is happening around the wrestling world right now. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everyone for your support. It has been a rough couple of weeks, but I'm back and we're here for you. I'm here for you and the Wrestling Experience family and everyone here at the Hardcore Sports Network. It's great to be back with the Hardcore Sports Network and all of you. So get ready for wrestling news, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for wrestling news. It's coming at you right now.
Now with the hottest show in the universe, The Wrestling Experience, with your host Joe Cole.
Acknowledge me.
Coming at you with all the dope shit, freshest WWE content, and also the AEW. You are now watching The Experience, The Wrestling Experience. Now with your host Joe Cole.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hardcore Sports Network and all networks in between, Philly Sports Network and All Star Sports Network. Welcome to this very special edition of the Wrestling Experience. My name is Earl Cole, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, it is a Tuesday afternoon, and everybody's probably picking up your computer and you're saying, what's happening? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long week. It's been a couple of weeks and it's been a rough couple of weeks. But thanks to everyone who has supported me, has supported this channel, and supported everything that I was going through. But I'm back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss some wrestling news here today on the Wrestling Experience. And just let you know, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get back on the horse and we're going to bring you the Raw Watch Along featuring Earl and Tyler, and that will happen this Monday night. So we hope that you'll tune in for the brand new name. The brand new name for the Raw Watch Along featuring Earl and Tyler will return this Monday night. And of course, join us at 7:50 Eastern Daylight Standard Time. We are returning to the streams for Monday Night Raw Watch Along. And it's going to be a different Raw Watch Along, but we're going to give you all kind of content for you here today and on Monday for your bottom dollar. So, with all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the let's get to the wrestling headlines. Disney, Disney, ladies and gentlemen, has expressed interest in WWE programming. Um, the exclusive negotiating window for the WWE broadcasting rights with Fox and Comcast USA Network will come to a close very soon in the month of October of next year. A new contender has merged and entered the scene. And this may surprise you all, but Disney wants a piece of the WWE pie. According to the New York Post, Comcast right now currently pays the WWE 265 million per year to broadcast Raw on the USA Network, while Fox pays 205 million dollars per year for the rights to broadcast SmackDown. Both contracts are expected to expire, ladies and gentlemen, in 2024 in October. And negotiations right now are underway. But here's the question. Here's the question for everyone, and it's on everyone, and I know it's on everyone's lips. Will you watch? Listen to me carefully. Will you watch? Will you watch the Disney Plus for Raw and SmackDown if the negotiations fall through with Comcast and, of course, Fox? Would you watch? That's a great question. Will you tune in and watch? It begs the question. It begs the question. Will you watch? I want to know. When all of you in the chat, will you watch if WWE programming goes to Disney? Thank you, Sarah. I greatly appreciate it. Um, I don't know. I canceled my Disney because uh, that's funny, Sarah. That's funny. That's the second person I've seen use that word woke. People will watch WWE no matter whether. Well, that is good. That's great, Blaze. That is great news, Blaze Radio. I agree with your assessment, Blaze. I agree. But the question is, yeah, I know that some fans will follow the WWE if the negotiations doesn't go right and they go to Disney. But will the hardcore fans join the WWE on Disney? That's a great question. That's a great question. That's a very good point, Blaze. Yeah, it is a good point. It is a good point, and I do agree with that. But my whole thing is that will the hardcore fans watch? Will those diehard WWE fans go to Disney? Will they pay for Disney? That's the $1 million question. Would you pay? Would you dig deep in your pocket, your hard-earned money, and pay to see WWE programming each and every Monday night and Friday night? If the WWE shows are no longer going to be broadcast on USA and Fox, which I think would be which I think it would be ludicrous, to be honest with you. I agree with that. I think that hardcore WWE fans will pay for. Yeah, I agree with that, Sarah. I totally get it. I totally agree with it. And yeah, I think I agree with both your assessments. I think they will pay for it. If the product is good and everything is okay and they produce well, then I think people will gravitate to it. Um, but that begs the question. That's the $1 million question here. Will you pay for it? You know, um, I I personally, if I was a wrestling fan, I personally would love to see it. I don't even know how much Disney Plus is anymore, but I think they will lose out on a very large demographic of people by doing only this. Yeah, well, yeah, Sarah, that's a great point by you. The demographic. Now that's another question. Here, that's a great question. I'm gonna piggyback off of what Sarah was saying. They pay for the WWE network. They will pay for Disney Plus, no question at all. Well, yeah. I mean, if it's not expensive, Blaze, yeah, they'll pay for it if it's not expensive. And if they make it part of the subscription, I would certainly stay. Well, okay, Eric. Well, that's good, and thank you all so much for your comments. I agree with Eric's point. I agree with it wholeheartedly. Again, like I said before, I'll say it again. As long as it's not expensive, I think I would buy Disney Plus myself and check out WWE programming. But it has to be something where it's affordable. It can't be astronomical because I don't think it's right that you ask hard-earned wrestling fans to pay for a lot for a streaming service. I think people work hard enough. They have to pay rent. They got to pay bills. They got to pay their mortgage. So I don't think that you should charge so much for a streaming service. Um, Thank you very much, Blaze. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah. So I again, like I said before, Blaze, that was great. Yes, Sarah, it was great. Again, like I said before, I'll say it again. Um, if the negotiations fall through and this deal is not done, then guys, it's gonna be. But you know something? According to other sources, it looks like the WWE is trying very hard. Is trying very hard to stay where they're at with Fox and with USA because it would be funny. I mean, you turn on USA and there's no Raw and there's no SmackDown on Fox. That would be weird. That would be funny, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be funny to you that you turn on the USA Network and there's no more Raw on there? You know how many years Raw has been on the USA Network and how much the relationship the WWE has with USA. I don't think I don't think the WWE wants to cough that up. To be honest with you, I wouldn't. But I think that wrestling in general, both as the streaming company, they have to. Yeah, that is true, Eric. I agree with that. They will be on viewership for 5 years. They were off the. Yeah, well, yes, Eric. Yes, they were off USA for 5 years. Yes, that is true. But here's the thing: they have a strong relationship with USA Network, and they have a strong relationship with Fox. So I think it would be very strange and very weird that all of a sudden you decided that you're not going to put your flagship shows on these channels. So didn't someone report said that Raw is the highest rated show on Monday night or something like that? If so, well, but that would be a hard thing to give up. Yeah, well, Sarah, I'll explain something to you. Some of the Raw shows have been good, and where they did get high ratings. But however, it hasn't been good lately. It has been very lackluster. It has been very tame. And there's no energy. There's no wow factor. Raw has used to be so robust and so forthright and everything else that goes in between. But my whole thing is here. My whole thing is that it hasn't been good lately. Now, I'll give you an example. Last night's show. Let's talk about last night's show. There were two matches on the show last night that were meaningless. It was meaningless. It was meaningless. It made no sense whatsoever. Oh, I agree fully with. If you use it used to be so innovative. Yeah, it used to be innovative, Sarah. It used to be. But my whole thing is here, Sarah. My whole thing is that yes, the show gets a million ratings. It gets a million. Okay. I think last few weekly shows of Raw and have been significantly better getting. I respectfully disagree with that, Blaze Radio. I disagree with that. I like I said before, last night's show was okay, but there were two matches. There were two matches on the show that were meaningless. It made no sense. And again, the WWE is booking these matches with Cody Rhodes that make no sense. So it just goes to show you, ladies and gentlemen, where the yin and yang is here with this Raw. I mean, there's sprinkling some good stuff in between. They're sprinkling some good stuff. One thing I do commend the WWE for, and I give them kudos for, they're finally building up a pay per view. They're finally building up a pay per view and this Money in the Bank. Finally, because the last couple of pay per views they had no build to it. There was no build. There was zero build in a couple of their pay per views. Now all of a sudden they're starting to wake up and they're saying, "Well, wait a minute, we gotta build something up here." They're gonna have Cody run in places for the entire. Yeah, Eric, it's true because the matches that they book Cody in for these pay per views make no sense. They have no thought process to it. There's no build. There's no rhyme or reason. Why are they booking him into these shows? And again, and again, they want him to tangle with Brock Lesnar. And I'm going to talk about that because I have a story about that a little later on in this telecast that you need to expound upon and you need to think about it. Because here's the thing. Cody Rhodes gets into a feud with someone on Raw, and before you know it, he's booked into a match. Just like that. No build to it, no nothing, no storyline. So Dominic Mysterio is taking on Cody Rhodes at Money in the Bank. Okay? And all he did was smack Cody in the face. And that's it? That's the match? He gets a match just like that? I mean, that's ridiculous. What kind of a thing is that? That doesn't make any sense. You mean Cody versus now? They have built it in the past in a few weeks. It's been very. I I'm not a fan of Dom. Um, I don't. I don't quite remember it like that, Blaze. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. I really don't. I just think that some of the things that they are doing with Cody Rhodes is booking is suspect. It's very suspect. Brock in my day, you just play the guys, and then it was all right. Yeah, well, Eric, let me tell you something. Brock Lesnar's run in the WWE has been horrendous. It's been horrendous. All the guy does is come in the ring and give you an M5 suplex and a Kimura lock. That's it. That's it. That is Brock Lesnar's repertoire. That is it. There is no there is no rhyme or reason why Brock Lesnar should have that kind of repertoire. Did you not see Cody's promo about Rey Mysterio? I disagree, but they're giving Cody something until and yeah, healing. I mean, look, Blaze. I understand your point. I understand your point. I get it. I get it. I get it. You are a fan of this booking. You like this kind of booking. I'm not a fan of this booking. I'm not a fan of it. We haven't figured out why Brock Lesnar has attacked Cody Rhodes. Then you stick Dom in the mix. He smacks Cody Rhodes and he gets a match at Money in the Bank. That makes no sense. Come on, Earl. We all in the main event, I guess. Come on. You want all in the main event. Yeah, well, listen. I grew up listen, I have been a wrestling fan for a very long time, as everyone knows. And nobody likes, nobody but Ali. I'm kidding. Yeah, listen, I'm not a fan of Ali. I don't care about Mustafa Ali. I'm not a fan of Ali. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. No. But here's the thing. I've been a wrestling fan for a very long time, ladies and gentlemen. And I grew up as a fan. I grew up as a fan of long-term story booking. And of course, feuds that make sense. Now, this Brock Lesnar thing with Cody Rhodes, This thing doesn't make because he still hasn't said why he attacked Cody Rhodes. Why are you doing that? We're preaching to the choir here. I'm one of the biggest Brock Lesnar haters, and I agree. If everything Brock Lesnar should want, should want, that's the initial tag match. Seems so good. Yeah, I'll even. Yeah, okay, Blaze. Okay, we'll see about that. But I agree with Eric's point. Brock Lesnar is boring. Brock Lesnar is boring. He has no pizzazz to him. I don't find him appealing at all. I just don't. I just don't. And I'm sorry. I don't. I just don't. All the guy does, he's lazy. All the guy does is give you an M5, a suit, and a Kimura lock. That's it. That's all of Brock Lesnar. That's it. There's no thought process. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no nothing with Brock Lesnar. Lesnar. Just happy to see you smile, but keep up the great work. And thank you, Blaze Radio. I greatly appreciate it. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, and I'll say it again. Getting back to the Disney thing. Getting back to I got off my soapbox a minute. Getting back to the Disney thing. We just have to wait and see whether a new deal will be garnered or not with WWE, Comcast, and Fox. We're just gonna have to wait and see. But stay tuned to WWE programming, ladies and gentlemen. You just never know when the WWE will come out with an announcement. I'm telling you, Brock, you called him. He's coming. No, I tell it like it is, Blaze. I'm sorry, I can't sugarcoat it. I can't sugarcoat it. I'm sorry, Blaze. I'm sorry. I just can't sugarcoat it. It's not good. All right, so let's get to the next story, ladies and gentlemen. AEW, and let's talk about this. AEW is set to have the biggest show on August the 27th in Wembley Stadium, and it will be filled with with AEW fans. Excuse me, I almost said WWE. Now the company is going to fit even more people into the famous venue. Um, will work the All in London show. Will Offspring will, and the excitement is certainly there for this event. As the event approaches, now even more fans will have a chance to see the live show. AEW fans AEW let fans know this past week that even more seats have been open in London event and appears a new floor section is now being added. They are now on sale. So apparently, All In is doing well in ticket sales. And due to production release tickets, production kill seats as they call them, brand new floor section and lower bowl seatings are now available at Wembley Stadium for All In. And tickets are available right now. Interesting enough, I mean, as AEW as of today has not made an announcement on how fans outside Wembley Stadium can watch the show. We are expected sometime the announcement to be made sometime soon. So, if you are going to London and you want to see the show, well then you're in luck. There are more seats available for the show. AEW is trying to make history here. They got all the way around the world, Canada. It still won't come to Vancouver. Yeah, well, Eric, yeah, well, you never know when AEW might come to Vancouver. You just never know. I'm happy for AEW and the UK fans. This is a great news. Yeah, it's great news, Sarah. It is great news. And here's the thing. I was on the stream with the late great Jeffrey Turner, And Jeffrey, he said to me, he said, he was concerned about the ticket sales, and then look what happened. Look what happened. The ticket sales blew up. Ticket sales blew up. Even the pre-sale, even the pre-sale, even the pre-sale, ladies and gentlemen, even the pre-sale. I'll see the theater. Daniel buried the sports. How are you? What's up? Hit that like button. Hit the like button, everyone in the streams. Hit that like button. Subscribe to all our channels, please. We greatly appreciate it. Raphael, hello, Raphael. Salute to you, my friend. How are you? And ladies and gentlemen, um, all in tick more, even more seats. If you just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, more seats for all in Wembley Stadium have just opened up, and they are production kill seats. So now they are available, and they are available for you. Smash the like button, guys. Yes, like Sarah said, smash that like button. Thank you so much. Um, so let's keep rolling with AEW news. Let's keep talking about AEW, ladies and gentlemen. AEW stars give their all in the ring. Yes, they do, ladies and gentlemen. And for the bunny, it halted during her current run with Tony Khan's company. The bunny has been sidelined due to injury sustained in a match against Jamie Hayter on February the 8th. Episode of Dynamite. And since her hiatus started, many fans have wondered where the bunny is. During the match, the bunny suffered a broken orbital bone, and the result in the match being cut short because she broke the orbital bone. Since then, she's been unable to compete. Jason, according to Josh Nanser's Punch Out podcast, um, yeah, recently talked to the Butcher, and he provided a bit update on the bunny's current injury status. She will be back soon, but no date was given. So it looks like the bunny will be back soon. Gregor John, how are you? Thank you so much for popping in. Uh, Eric, I forgot about her until she announced is DLC in Fight Forever. Oh, okay, Eric, that's good. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, is everybody in the chat going to get Fight Forever? Are you going to get that video game? Is everybody a gamer here in the chat? Are you a gamer? Are you going to get all Fight Forever? That's coming out very soon at the end of June. If you're going to get your hands on that, I suggest you get it. Um, the women's division. Well, let me ask everybody something here. What do you think about AEW's pre-ordered it already? Okay, great, great, Eric. That's great. Hope you enjoyed that. Um, Blaze Radio. Yep, I'm getting Fight Forever, and I'll be streaming it one day. All right, Blaze. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you need to subscribe to Blaze Radio. He's absolutely fabulous. He's part of the Hardcore Sports Network family, and we're so glad to have him on board. He is absolutely fabulous. His content is fabulous. His mind for wrestling is fabulous. So go out there and support Blaze Radio. He's absolutely fabulous in his content. And again, Blaze, welcome to the Hardcore Sports Network, and welcome to the family member, and welcome to the streams, ladies and gentlemen, my friend. Uh, AEW's women's division has gone through a few changes over the past few months, with more addition could be on the way. Only time will tell when the division will look like when the bunny returns to AEW. I subscribed to him as soon as he joined the Blaze is super good. Yeah, super good. Super good. You guys. Thank you very much, Sarah. Great. Wonder if they will make it so when's the AEW fight for him? Oh, I don't know about that, Eric. We have to wait and see about that. Well, let me ask you all something. In the chat, has the thanks, Sarah, you rock. Um, let me ask you all something in the chat. Um, what do you think about AEW's women's division? What do you think about AEW's women's division? I think it has improved some leaps and bounds. The matches have been good. The booking has been good. I don't see anything wrong with AEW's women's division. Um, uh, and I don't see anything wrong with the division whatsoever. I like it the way it is. I think more could be improved on it. I think some of the matches could be maybe, but they're saying that there are more women that are heading into AEW women's division, and I agree with this. I agree with this wholeheartedly. So the bunny seems like she's on her way back from an orbital bone break, and it looks like she's on her way back to AEW. So that's good news. That's good for the That's good for the bunny. I'm glad for the bunny. Next year, Randy. So what's up? I hip thrusted I hip thrusted the like button. Thank you very much, Next year, Randy. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And shout out to the 10 people that's in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us here on this very special of the wrestling experience and the wrestling news. Um, Now let's talk about what I was talking about earlier. Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes. There seems to be a rumor that includes a big stipulation. So it's apparently Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes are heading to a big showdown at SummerSlam that will include a big stipulation. So what's this big stipulation? Well, earlier this week, Dave Meltzer reported that the third match between Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes was set to take place at SummerSlam this August. An update today by the Wrestling Observer newsletter suggests that a number of ideas are in play for the stipulation, including the possibility of putting the two in a bull rope match. Now that should be interesting. Now that should be interesting. A bull rope match. Again, like I said before, I'll say it again. Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar, we still don't know nothing in the court of law as far as why he attacked. Why was he attacked this way? Why was he put into this position? Stop. You're trying to twerk or something. Randy, you better be nice or you end up in the stoop. That's funny, Blaze. So anyway, getting back to Brock Lesnar, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, Again, like I said before, sorry, this is a dumb question, but what is a bull rope match? Are they just tied together? But yes, Sarah, that's exactly what it is. A bull rope match. I'll explain to you what it is, Sarah. A bull rope match is when your hands are tied. Your hands are tied together. Your hands are you are tethered together by a rope. And basically, if I remember correctly, a bull rope match is you have to touch four corners in succession. You got to touch all four corners in succession to win the match. I believe that's how it works. And yeah, so that's exactly what it is. You are tied by the rope. You can do whatever you want with the rope. You can choke your opponent with the rope. You can beat your opponent with the rope. Whatever suits your fancy. Whatever suits your fancy, that is what you're gonna do. Whatever comes to mind, it will be something Cody's dad made. Yes, Eric, you are absolutely right. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, was a proponent and a fan of bull rope matches. He made them famous. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he made them famous. A bull rope match sees two opponents tied together with one another. As one gets a bull rope like a standard match. First pinfall or submission wins the bout. The stipulation is often associated with Rhodes' father, Dusty. Just as Eric was saying, one of the most recent bull rope matches featured Cody Rhodes' brother Dustin in AEW. That's right. Dustin was involved in a bull rope match. Lesnar and Rhodes previously faced each other at Backlash and as well as the Night of Champions last month. Rhodes came out on top. Lesnar won in the Night of Champions with a referee stoppage. This year it will take place in Ford Field. The stadium show has sold around 97% of the venue's capacity without any matches officially announced. In addition, Lesnar and Rhodes. Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus are also rumored to be at SummerSlam. Roman Reigns will be in action as well at SummerSlam. So apparently, this thing with Cody Rhodes, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen at SummerSlam. But here's the thing that I don't understand. Here's the thing that I don't get, and we still don't have an answer as to why this is happening. We still don't have an answer. It's something Cody. Yeah. Um. I want to know why. I want to know why. I cannot invest in a feud unless you have a beginning, a middle, or an end. And this doesn't seem to have an end piece to it. I want to know why in the world would you attack Cody Rhodes? Why did you do what you did? We still don't have an answer. There's still question mark, question mark, question mark. One night fatal four way main event. Yeah, well, I can see that too, Eric. I can see them cooking up that in the cook pot. But here's the thing I don't understand, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the thing that I don't get. Why did you do what you did to Cody Rhodes? Why are you dragging this out? Why are you not telling the fans all these months? Why are you doing this to us? Why are you torturing the audience? Why is this happening? I think wrestling fans deserve some kind of explanation as to why you attacked him. Why did you attack him? What was the purpose? I mean, come on already. Don't you think that wrestling fans are not dumb? Because when you lose to Samoa WrestleMania, you have to face Brock Lesnar. It's right in the rule book. Yeah, but Eric, I mean, come on. I mean that's not an answer. Eric, that's very weak. I'm sorry. That is very weak. That's a very weak comment. I'm sorry. I respectfully say that's very weak, Eric. That is very that doesn't hold water with me. I want to know. I want to know definitively. Listen to me carefully. I want to know definitively why in the world did you attack Cody Rhodes? That is something that we need to know, and that is a critical element. That is the most critical element of this storyline that is missing. And unless you tell me why, I can't invest myself into this. I don't care about this match. I don't care if they have a third match. I don't care if they have a fourth match. I don't even care if they have a fifth match. I don't care. I don't care. Why I don't care? Because there's no element to it. Yeah, there is no reason. There is no rhyme or reason here. There is no rhyme or reason. And I'm sorry, I can't invest in this feud. I can't. I can't. I can't invest in this feud because it makes no sense. You're putting this together, you put this together, and then all of a sudden, bingo bango, gig holds the feud. I mean, I'm at a loss here, folks. And I don't like to be lost. I'm sorry. I think it's unfair. I think it's very unfair that you sit there. No Jets, no Mets. How are you? But if Cody won the title, it would make little. Yeah. No Jets, no Mets. No Jets. How are you doing? I'm getting better. Thank you. I'm doing well. Thank you. Um. If Cody won the title, it would make little sense. It would be the first time Brock would be able to compete Titles since. Yeah, well, I mean, listen, at this point in time, I don't know what the WWE's doing. I don't know what they're doing. All I know is, ladies and gentlemen, all I know is that we need to know exactly what is happening here and why this is happening. How are you gonna ask the fans? Listen to me carefully. How are you gonna ask fans to invest in something where you don't have an end game to it or a rhyme or reason to it? I can't invest in this feud. I just can't. I can't. I can't invest in something that you refuse to give us an answer to. And I don't think it's fair to the fans that you hold them hostage at this point. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. We need to know an answer. It's been months now. Enough already with this nonsense. Enough. I want to know what the story is here, what the jam is. Thank you, no Mets, no Jets, no Bets. I want to know what the jam is. I want to know. It seems it's kind of silly to ask the fans to do something that they're not willing to do themselves. Yeah, exactly, Sarah. And that's a great point by you. That's a brilliant point by you. That's the comment of the day. I mean this is just absolute lunacy here. This is absolute lunacy. I don't know what to do here. Like, why are you doing this to the WWE? Why are you doing this to us? And here's the hashtag, ladies and gentlemen. What are you doing, WWE? What are you doing? And I've used that many times on them. And I'll keep using them because it doesn't make any sense. What they're doing to the audience makes no sense. What they're trying to tell you makes no sense. So I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I don't know. Backstage update on future WWE streamlining the titles. WWE has made several changes to its championship recently, and new reports suggest that the trend will continue as the company attempts to straighten out some of their remaining complications caused by the 2023 draft. So let me ask you all something. When you saw Oscar's belt, brand new belt, when you saw Roman Reigns' new belt, and they gave Rhea Ripley a new belt, what did you think of them? Did you like the belts? Do you think that they're good? Um, I'll tell you this much. Um, the one that they gave Roman Reigns looks similar to what they gave Rhea or what they gave Oscar. Actually, it looks the same way like they gave Oscar. It really does. It looks like they were lazy in belt design. To be honest with you, Oscars looks like yes, I agree with that, Rob. That Rand Duffy, how are you? Hit that like button and subscribe to my channel and all our channels. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I agree with that, Robert. Oscars looks poo poo. Oscars don't look good at all. I didn't like Oscar's belt, to be honest with you, because Oscar's belt looks similar to Roman Reigns. How are you? I'm doing fine. How are you? Hey, how are you? And Daphne, hit that like button. Thank you so much. Um, yeah. So I again, like I said before, and I'll say it again, ladies and gentlemen. Um, I didn't care for Oscar's belt. I didn't. I mean, this looks the same thing as Roman's title. It looks like they were lazy. It looks like it to me. But maybe you all like them. Maybe you like them titles. I don't know. I can't speak for wrestling fans, so I only can speak for myself. I I mean the titles. Oh, I'm not a flashy person. I don't like flashing all of that. I don't like all that diamonds and stuff. I don't think that's necessary. Um, so I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a proponent of it. But if that's what everybody likes, if you like glitz and flashing and okay, to each his own. I mean, I wish you the best of luck with that. But anyway, so let's talk about our final story of the day. And AEW has been blasted for terrible strategy leading into poor ticket sales for Collision. So Rhea's looks so much better. Plus the white strap makes it pop. Yeah, I agree with that, Robert. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I agree with that. I agree with your assessment on that. I think that is great. So let's talk about this for a second. It's been 4 years since AEW's inception, and the company continues to grow and expand in numerous ways. With the AEW set to debut their new show called Collision next week, next Saturday night, by the way, it appears that the company was blasted for their terrible strategy that has led to poor ticket sales. So AEW will hold their debut Collision show in the United Center in Chicago next Saturday night. And it's officially announced that CM Punk will be teaming up with FDR and squaring off against Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Samoa Joe in the main event. While CM Punk's return has helped boost ticket sales for the debut episode of Collision, subsequently, the shows in Canada are still performing very poorly. Gregor John, thank you so much for that compliment. I greatly appreciate it. Um, So see the ticket sales are still performing poorly in Canada. The promotion is running the shows in Toronto and in Hamilton. Sorry about that. I had an incoming call. Sorry about that. Canada is still performing poorly, and the promotion is still running the shows in Toronto and in Hamilton, all over the space of the week, as the Forbidden Door will be taking place the week after Collision debut. So let me ask you all something here. While speaking the Drive Through podcast, pro wrestling veteran Jim Cornette blasted AEW for their terrible strategy that has led to poor ticket sales for the upcoming Collision shows in Canada. Let me explain something to you. A lot of people seem to be hating on AEW here. Quite top talent of AEW's Collision is El Idolo and Thunder Rosa. Um, haven't seen anybody say what was this strategy about. Um, Let me explain something to you. Jim Cornette. Let me just say something here. Jim Cornette and Eric Bischoff are two of the most bitter old people in wrestling. They have torn down AEW since its beginning. First it's Eric Bischoff because him and Tony Khan had a falling out in 2006 and they haven't been friends ever since. So he has been very critical of AEW's product. And then comes Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette has been bashing AEW for a very long time. He hates the product. He will put down the product at any moment, at any chance again. And these two are old, bitter bags. They are two old, bitter bags. And they just seem to just want to bash anything and anyone that they get their hands on. Very negative people, very low opinion people, and I have no comment on these two because these two men are very bitter. They're very old and they don't have no clue as to what they're talking about. They keep bashing AEW. Let me tell you something. AEW has been very successful. It hasn't been perfect. No, they haven't been perfect, but they're not as bad as these two old bags have made them out to be. AEW is thriving. Okay? The ticket sales in Canada, yes, it may be poor. It may be poor, but that it will turn around. I don't have it. I have confidence in Tony Khan and his ability to run the company. I just the only criticism I've had of Tony Khan is that I wish he would be a boss. And apparently he did his due diligence as a boss. Excuse me. He did his due diligence as a boss this past week and fired one of his producers for being arrested for domestic violence. So Tony Khan rolled up his sleeves and he fired this person for being arrested for the domestic violence. So Tony Khan can be a boss. He just needs to be a boss 100% of the time, and then we can respect Tony Khan. Tony Khan stop being a fanboy and be a boss. This was a great direction of being a boss and firing people that are going to hurt your company, and you don't want to be attached to that. I saw the interview with Tony Khan, and it was pretty good. I saw the interview with Tony Khan was on Barstool. It was okay. Good, it was good, Gregor John. I'm glad that the interview went well with Tony Khan. I just want Tony Khan to be a boss. And that's it. I just want Tony Khan to be a boss. Be a boss. Don't be a fan. Be a boss. And I think if you do that, Tony Khan, you're gonna have you already have a successful company. But what I'm saying is that the rest of the recipe has to go with the winning success. And that is for you to be a boss. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have any issues with this article. I think James Cornette is absolutely a bitter old man. He's very bitter, and he has to get attention, and he wants attention, and that's what he's looking for. Just like Eric Bischoff, they all want attention. They all want attention, and that's what they're looking for. Yeah. So, folks, that's gonna do it for wrestling news. That's gonna do it for this special edition of the Wrestling Experience. Now, I'm going to return. I'm going to return to the streams on Monday night with the brand new name. It's the Raw Watch Long featuring Earl and Tyler, and it will happen this Monday night, June the 19th, Juneteenth, June the 19th. We are returning to the streams Monday night. We hope that you'll join us for that. And then, of course, we will return with the first pay-per-view offering in a while. The pay-per-view is called Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank will happen on July the 1st. We hope that you join us at 2:40. The show starts at 3 p.m. So we hope that you'll join us for that. And well, that's gonna do it for me. That's gonna do it for me. We hope that you all enjoy the rest of your week. We hope that you enjoy AEW Dynamite tomorrow night. I will return with the Wrestling Experience on June the 22nd, and my guest will be no long related. This was great, Earl, and it was so good seeing you in there. I'll for sure be there on Monday night for Monday night. Sarah, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your message that you sent to me on Facebook. I greatly appreciate it, Sarah. You have been a loyal soldier. You have been a great person. You've been a great champion here in the streams. And it's been a pleasure talking to you, listening to your comments, And thank you so much for it. It's been a rough week, but we're going to get through it. And we're going to sail on. It's going to be hard. It's going to be different, but we're going to get through it. You think that they should be bringing in someone for talent relations, Earl? Thank you. Yes, Gregor John. Yes. Before I go, I'm going to answer Gregor John's question. Um, yes. Yes, absolutely. I think that they should bring in something for talent relations. I think Tony Khan needs a needs a group. He needs a team. He needs a writing team. He needs somebody to write for Collision. He needs somebody to write for Dynamite. He needs somebody to write for Rampage. He needs somebody to write for Ring of Honor and Ring of Honor pay-per-views. He needs all of that. And then he needs to be a boss. He needs to be a boss. You have a winning formula in AEW. Things are going good for you. You've got these unprecedented numbers that you are doing with the ticket sales in London and everything else. But in order for you to have that winning success, you've got to be a boss. It's got to be a complete success formula. And in order to be a successful formula, you're going to need to be a boss. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, with all of that being said, Monday night is the return of the new name, the Raw Watch Along featuring Earl and Tyler. We will be back on Monday night for the streams. We will be back in cyberspace, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Earl Cole. Have a great Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and a great weekend to you all. And I will see you again on Monday night.
Now with the hottest show in the universe, The Wrestling Experience, with your host, Joe Cole.
Acknowledge me.
Coming at you with all the dope shit, freshest WWE content, and also the AEW. You are now watching The Experience, The Wrestling Experience. Now with your host, Joe Cole.